What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. I apologize for coming on live late. But do me a favor. If you're catching this live, I want you guys to go ahead in the comments right there below. Just go ahead and say what's up and tell me what city you're from. Okay, right in the comments below. If you are catching the replay, type in the word replay. That helps more people see this video, and hopefully it helps them benefit for the lifestyles that they're trying to have. For those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Joe Green, and I like to carry the title, the Unclaimed Funds CEO. And I'll explain that in just a second. What I do is I work with foreclosures, I work with unclaimed property, and I make a living off of getting the money to the people that's owed by the county, the state, or whoever. This is a really exciting workshop that I'm going to do with you guys today. So I want you guys to let me know if you've ever heard of unclaimed funds or tax overages. If you have, type in the number 1. If you've ever heard about it, I'm going to tell you just a quick backstory about myself, and then I'm going to get to the live, just like showing you exactly how I find money, how I get it to the people who's owed money, and how I end up making money off of other people's money. Okay. So it's really simple. Trust me, this is not complicated. I started doing this a little over a year ago, and humble beginnings. For 20 years I was serving in the military full time. I was a fitness lifestyle coach, so I help people with their nutrition, getting their bodies together. And of course, like everyone, COVID really wrecked my business, right? It took me for a left turn that I wasn't ready for as a business owner, and it forced me to go online with my business. Well, everything was great, but here was the problem that I was facing. um I wasn't happy. I wasn't. I've been doing this thing, for people, helping people lose weight, feel great, and it just became almost redundant for me. I wasn't challenged anymore. I can talk about food inside and out. It is still to this day my passion, but I wasn't challenged. And I'm one of those guys where I need to be challenged. I need to continuously learn something. And it's not that I know everything. Please believe me. I don't want to sit here and tell like I knew everything, but I knew in that particular career that I was doing for 20 years, I knew it was time for something different. I needed some change. So I thought to myself, oh, get into real estate. I've always heard that, real estate is awesome. Real estate is profitable. You guys know it. I know it. So I started going down this rabbit hole, trying to learn all these different techniques for real estate. And next thing you know, I stumbled across this thing that's called unclaimed funds. More specifically, it was tax overages. So what tax overages is basically if people don't pay their taxes, then the county that they live in, they foreclose on that home. It goes to auction. A bunch of people like myself, they bid on these homes, and the winner takes home all, right? But what happens in these auctions is a thing that the government is not telling us. And I'm going to share that secret with you guys today. And this secret right here is the whole reason why my mind is completely blown. And I remember the day I told my wife, I know exactly what I'm going to do. I know exactly what I'm going to do. I mean, yes, we're going to do these home investments, but I'm going to help people. And this is exactly how I'm going to do it. So in these auctions, let me just break it down to you guys at a very basic level. In these auctions, the county, right? If you owe money to your county, you're not paying your taxes, they put the opening bid at the money that's owed. All these people, these bidders, these investors come in there and they try to outbid each other because they know the value, they know the market value of the home, and they know if they buy this home at bottom of the barrel price, they know they're going to make these big cash flow investments, right? So they bid. The person who gets the highest bid over the asking price, that's called an overage. Okay, that's like the money that's owed over, what the county wanted. So who does that money belong to? I'll give you guys 10 seconds to put it in there. Who does that money belong to? If the government is only asking for 20 grand, these investors end up bidding out, this bidding war, and then we're at 40 grand. So there's a surplus or an overage of $20,000. Who do you think that money belongs to? Is it the investor because they paid more money that was owed? Does the government just keep it because the government, hey, we know we made a profit? Exactly. Someone put in there the previous homeowner. You're absolutely correct. That money belongs to the previous homeowner. Okay, so that's the overage. Now here's the kicker. And sometimes in different states, the laws may vary a little bit, but in general, the homeowner, they have about 365 days in most cases, right? 365 days to claim that money, or else that money is gone. Poof. So how does this homeowner know about this money? Well, most counties, what they do is they'll send a letter to the last known address. Well, the last known address that the county has of that homeowner is the home that they just got kicked out of. So then that homeowner never gets the letter. And then the county goes ahead and they keep the document, the information on their files, or they push it up to the state controller's office, or they put it on their website. And they're like, okay, the time has started. So all the people who had a lien against the home, the homeowner, they have to go and see if there's any money in there, which most people don't even know about this. Most people don't know about this tax overages thing, right? This surplus. I know when my home was foreclosed, I never heard of a tax overage or foreclosure. Okay, so no one ever called me and said, "Hey, Joe, your home was foreclosed. These people bidded on your home. There's $100,000 surplus," because they kept bidding, and that's where the home ended up selling for $100,000 over what I owed, and that money is owed to you. So nobody called me about it. So guess what? That the state kept my money. Money is gone. I don't get to claim it anymore because the 365 days has already surpassed. Right. So what I do, I follow the auctions for two reasons. Number one, I follow auctions because I like to invest in homes. I like to buy off-market homes. Foreclosures is my thing. I buy homes before they get foreclosed on, and I buy homes after foreclosure if I can get a good deal. But what about the people who lost the home? Who is helping those people out? Well, it's also me. That's my additional stream of income. I may not have won the bidding war on a particular home, but I know that I can reach out to that homeowner because I understand how to find people through what's called skip tracing. I can contact that person and say, "Hey, look, Mr. Jones, Mr. Jones, are you familiar with this particular address? Did you know that there is a overage or a surplus of $80,000 as a result of that auction?" Of course, they're gonna be like, "What are you talking about?" So then what I do is I follow my own little script that I created for myself, and I explain to them, "Hey, this is what happened. This is who I am. I'm a property investigator. And what I do is I help people who go through foreclosures or experience a foreclosure, and I help them collect the money that's owed to them. Would you like my help? Nothing out of pocket comes from you. I don't want you to pay for this service. I only get paid if you get paid. So once I get this money processed and I get you paid, I have a 10% or a 20% or 30% service fee. Can someone help me do the math? If someone has an overage, like $100,000 is owed to them, we're going to keep the math simple. Someone is owed $100,000 and I get to keep 10% of that $100,000. How big of a payday is that for me? Just one deal. One deal. If they shake my hand or virtually shake my hand, I'm in California and I'm helping someone in Florida. They virtually shake my hand like, "Yes, Joe, you can help me out." What do you get? Someone put in the comments right there. Someone put $10,000. That's my take home. That's my take home because we have an agreement. We have a contractual agreement that I'm going to process this claim for them. I'm going to represent them legally. Me versus the state, me versus the county. I'm going to actually represent them and I'm going to get that money for them. And guys, before I lose you, I'm going to show you how I do this. Okay. I promise you that. I'm going to show you where I find the money. So you guys don't think I'm just talking and blowing smoke air, hot air out there, right? I want you guys to understand something. I find the money, I find the person, I make the deal. And once they give me permission, written permission that I can process this claim on their behalf, I get to work. I get to work. I process these claims. I get paid. My client gets paid. They get paid money they weren't even aware that was owed to them. A lot of times people come into this business and they get worried like, "Oh, what if the person, what do they want to do with themselves?" To me, that's fine. If you want to go out there and figure out how to do this and spend the hours that I've spent, researching and studying how to do this, go do it. Do you and go get your money. But if you don't want to deal with it because you got anxiety or you're just confused and you know what, you're a little older and you're like, "Hey, dude, if you can help me, I'll gladly give you 10%. I didn't even know I had that much money coming to me." They're going to hire me. Okay. There is literally over $50 billion, over $50 billion across the entire nation that is owed to people that is going unclaimed. And the number's probably higher than that, but that's just the last time I checked. Okay, that's a lot of money that's owed to people. So the thing is I go out there, I find these people and I help them claim their funds. Okay, every single day. We got what is it? JP Morgan said that there's like $13 million worth of foreclosures every year. $13 million of foreclosures every single year. That's between mortgages and tax foreclosures. Like, are you kidding me? So what do we do here? We make a business around this so we can actually help people who just went through a foreclosure, and we help them get the money. Guys, this is one of the biggest secrets that the government is keeping from people. And why I say that they're keeping it from people is that they're not educating us on this. Not the homeowners, not the general public. And really, I don't think that they care to, because if we don't claim our money, the government gets to keep that money in most locations in the United States. Most locations. I put that out there because there are some states out there that will hold on to it indefinitely, but most states will actually take it and use it for their own budget. All right. Maybe like I know Texas is talking about using that money to pay down property taxes. You know, they got all kinds of bills. You know, you got different states have different wants and needs with your money. So me as an investigator, I had the clock. I have a timer. The countdown has started. I got to get a hold of you. I got to let you know, if we don't claim this in the next couple months or XYZ months, you're going to lose that money. So you can spend your time and figure it out, maybe hire an attorney to go do it, or you can hire me, which, guys, let me tell you, truth be told, it's not that hard. It's really not that hard to process these claims. I literally processed claims, made some good money, and I went and hired myself a team of virtual assistants. I taught them how to do this. They run this for me. I just make the phone calls. I just call people and say, hey, my name is Joe Green. This is what I do. What's up? That's it. You know, and half the time I don't make the phone calls. I got an assistant that makes phone calls for me too, guys. But what I'm saying is this business is out there, and a lot of people are not talking about it and don't even know about it. So what I want to do with you guys, I want to do a quick share screen. Are you guys cool if I share my screen real quick and just show you just an example of where you can find some monies? And there's so many different categories, you all. I don't want to blow your mind, and I don't want to get your minds like wrapped around too much of like, oh my God, it's just information overload. But how many of you guys would like to see, how we find this money? How many of you guys would like to see how we actually find, the excess proceeds and how we find the money? Because if you guys want to see it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you step by step how I find this money, how I make this money, so you guys can start doing the same thing yourselves. So right here, let's go ahead. I'm going to pull up Google real quick. I want you guys to be able to see this because this is actually something I enjoy doing every single day. So I'm going to share my screen, go to the window right here. All right, boom. Okay, you can literally do this business from home. I will never forget the day my family and I were in Jamaica, and we got a lot of downtime. We were in Jamaica for like a week, and I was just hanging out by the beach. I end up closing deals where the total out of the deals that I closed while I'm sitting on the beach, just on my phone, chilling, was $8,000 on vacation. It literally paid for my vacation. Okay, so right here, a couple of things that you guys want to do is you need to determine what counties are in the state that you want to work. It does not have to be your state. If you live in New York, okay, and you're like, oh my God, this is like the hardest thing ever, you can work another state. You can work anything: Nevada, Hawaii, California, Florida, like Wisconsin. You can work any state that you want to. Every state has their own set of rules. You have to read the instructions that pertains to that state, but you can absolutely find money that's out there. So let's just do San Diego, right? Let's do San Diego County. As you guys can see, I've searched that before. San Diego County excess proceeds. All right. You guys can type this in your Google if you want to. If you want to type this in your Google right here, you guys can type it in there. If you guys want to go back and just watch the replay and do this later, that's totally fine. I put a link if you guys want to watch my free masterclass. It's a free class. I go a little bit longer and a little bit more in detail. If you guys want to watch and really learn how to do this and launch your own business, totally fine. Okay. But you can type it in there and it's going to take you to the unclaimed monies, excess proceeds. Now, some of these things will be tax foreclosures. Some of these things may be property, whatever the case may be, of the residents of that county. You got LA County down here. It says no later than 90 days after the sale of the property, the proceeds of $150 of the treasurer and the tax collector. So they're talking about how they have to mail a written notice of it. Okay. But after 90 days, the person is kicked out of their house. So who are you writing that letter to? Let's just check out LA real quick. All right. And so it talks about claiming as excess proceeds. So it has a checklist right here for you guys: the claim form and instructions, the assignment form, and if you're an agent. So it talks about right here, after the sale of the property, this is when they got to send information right here. And boom, this is supposed to go to the homeowner of the last known, I just said this earlier, the last known mailing address of the parties of interest, right? But if you got foreclosed on and the sheriff shows up and kicks you out the house, how in the world are you going to know that this money is owed to you? It doesn't make sense. Some people are living with families. Some people are living with friends. Some people don't even understand, like, that there's money out there for them. So let's go back over here. Like I was pulling up San Diego County. So right here, you can see the final reports of sales. So they have a form right here. I'm just going to open it up in another drop box right here. Okay. They got the filing instructions. So everything is on here, guys. It doesn't take rocket science. Now, is there an art to it? Can you like have a process and systems to make this work well for you? Absolutely. But when I first started, I was bumbling and fumbling and just figuring things out. Yes, I made a few mistakes here and there, but I actually was able to create a whole business model off of doing this seamlessly with me and my team. Okay. So right here, we're looking at some sales. All right. And right here, we see how many properties were offered. So in the year 2021, they offered 737 properties, 430 were sold, and there was over $2 million. That's just last year, guys, or that's just in 2021. Okay. So let's go over here. Let's look at the May 2022. Can we go here? Public auction. All right. So this is already gone by. This is a PDF. Some states have it electronic, but this one right here is a PDF, which is fine. We'll open up that PDF. All right. Now this is where I do my homework. This is where me and my team get to work. Let me see if you guys can see it. I know my screen looks like it turned blue for a second. Hopefully it goes back to normal. We pull back, add the stream. Bear with me. I want you guys to be able to see my screen. Share screen. Window. There we go. Okay. Can you guys see my screen? Right here. Somebody just said, what's the next step if you want to start? If you want to start this business, you can do one of two things. You can go to my YouTube channel. You can watch my videos and learn how to do it by watching my videos. I do have a digital course. I put it in the description. So in the comments, if you guys want to go, you can check out the free masterclass I made. And if you want to take it a step further and get all my contracts, my forms, and my phone scripts and all my videos on how to do this business, you guys can go click through the links and you guys can actually buy the course. I kept it very inexpensive, you guys. I spent over $10,000 in courses and coaching and all kinds of stuff to learn this business. I spent a lot of money. I invested a lot, but I made a lot. But I kept my course affordable. I call it the economic course, right? I want anyone who wants to start a business can do it without having to break the bank like I almost did, right? So I went ahead and started a business. But let's get back on track right here. So right here, I'm looking at the sale price. Okay, it was $109,000. Okay, I want you guys to tell me, type in a number right there if you guys can see it. What's the excess proceeds for that claim right there? I'm going to try to make my screen bigger for you guys if you need it bigger. Let's scoot this over. Excess proceeds right there. Can y'all see that? This is $92,000. $92,000 for this one, the very first person I looked up at right here. So what month are we in right now? We're in February. This was back in May of last year. So we have between now and May to find this person, to get them to sign a contract with me and to actually want to go in business with me so I can get them that money. Now, based off my example, this is California. So California, you can only claim up to 10%. 10% is the total. So based off of my calculations right there, how much money can I collect? How much money of a payday will this be for me? And I'm going to tell you guys why California is so awesome. I just want to see if you guys got the math down. 10% of $92,000. I mean, the math is pretty simple, right? I'm not the best guy when it comes to numbers. That's why I married a woman who's really good at math, and I'm not. But I'm telling you right now, $9,200. $9,200. If I get a hold of this person right here, and I teach this in my course, and I even show videos where I call and make deals. But this guy right here, if I can find this individual, if I can find them and actually get them to say, yes, I want to do business with you, that's a $9,000 payday. Pretty much my month is done. If I don't close any more deals for the rest of the month, if I close this deal right here, that's a $9,000 payday. That's a pretty decent month for one deal. See, most businesses, people are chasing and trying to close people like 100, 200, 300 deals for sales. I got to close 1 to 2 deals a month, and my month is good. If I'm bringing home 20 grand for the month, my wife is happy. My wife is not going to sit there and complain about what I'm doing. You guys can see my background. I'm working from home. And over here, I teach mindset classes and motivation classes. It's a totally different coaching business, but I get to do what I want to from home when I want to because I enjoy doing it. I get to go on vacations. I can do this from anywhere. If I want to get away, I used to tell my wife and kids, like when we want to get away and I was working full time, I would always have to say no. Either I didn't have the vacation time set up or there was no one to cover the office and I couldn't leave my office hanging. And I used to dread that. I hated that. And I used to always dream and visualize myself one day owning my own business where I can do it from almost virtually anywhere and actually still make money and not have to worry about the well running dry because I took off for 2-3 weeks on a cruise somewhere, right? So like that's always been a dream of mine. So once I started doing this business right here, I do this very part-time. That's why I hired a staff that helps me run this business so I can close in 3 to 4 times the amount that I could by myself. And now I'm able to help people when they get foreclosed on. I'm actually able to build my home portfolio when it comes to buying auction homes or getting in front of the auction and buying pre-foreclosure homes. So all these things I teach in my course, I share people like how to do these things. But most importantly, I'm just showing you guys there is a lot of money out there that's just sitting out there. I'm looking at these numbers right here, the different sale prices, and I'm just scrolling over. I'm seeing people are owed 13,000. And even if it's it's a $2,000 one right here, this is $377,000. I'll take that. I'll take that. You're telling me I'm going to make almost 40 grand if I close on this deal right here. And don't get nervous. Don't get intimidated because some of these are businesses right here because I'm a business owner. I have a legitimate business name and it probably will scare some people. They see my business name out there, but I'm a human. I'm a regular guy. I'm a dad. I'm a husband. I'm a father. Someone called me and said, hey, no, your business got shut down and you own this building and your building got sold. There's an overage. And I'd love to help you process this claim. And I'd love to go ahead and do it for you. Not going to cost you anything out of pocket. Okay. I don't get paid until you get paid. The good thing I love about California is once everything is processed, California will cut me my check. California will cut them their check. Everyone's paid and happy because I know you guys are thinking, well, how do you know they won't screw you? California is sending me the check. So they never really have to come out of pocket. And again, in the script that I use, I break it down to them to where it makes sense. And there's really no questioning of other than when do we start? That's really what it comes down to. And I'm telling you guys right now, this right here, this business of foreclosures, you're going to learn so much. You're going to learn how to buy investment homes and not worry about these on-market homes that you find on Zillow. Those are great. And on the MLS, it's great. But I'm buying homes for pennies on the dollar. My partner and I, we picked up a home for $5 grand. $5 grand. This person needed to get that property off of their hands. Okay. So you can use the skill set that I teach in this course so that you guys can learn just by running this business yourself. You can run this business and you're going to learn like where the auctions are and how they're happening. You can find out what's on the market so you can either invest in homes or you can help people out who lost their homes. This is still in the arena of real estate. You're still dealing with real estate. And guys, I'm really excited because I want to talk to you guys about state funds and mortgages and bankruptcies. Those are all different niches. They got their own lane, but pretty much the process is very similar. It's very similar between the different niches, but we're just covering tax overages right here. And with tax overages, you can have an amazing month closing one deal. You don't have to chase thousands of people to have a good living. You can just chase 1 or 2 people, get them to say yes, and process the claims. That's it. I don't stop at 1 or 2 people. Please, I'm not stupid, right? I keep on working. I work from anywhere from 9:30 in the morning to about 3 o'clock when my kids get out of school. My kids get out of school, my day is over. I'm like, no, it's kid time, it's family time. Very rarely would you see me working anytime overtime unless I'm coaching somebody, but I'm not chasing these deals right here. That's between 9:30 to 3. That's it. That's all I'm doing, you guys. And I'm making a very, very good living doing this. And anyone can do this. Anyone can do this. You could do this. All you got to do is make sure whatever state you're working, make sure that you understand the instructions of how to file these claims. Understand if you need to go register as a property investigator or not. Don't be scared of the titles because using California as an example, all you got to do is send a form asking permission to be an investigator. California says, okay, sure, why not? Some other states may make you go get fingerprints to make sure you're not a felon. Fine. Why not? Nevada, they don't really care. As long as you let them know that you have a written legitimate contract and it's within the percentage that they allow, they're like, why not? The only thing that you cannot do, you cannot make up numbers. You can't lie and say that they're owed something that they're not. Number two, you got to make sure that the percentage is within the legal limits, because if you try to like ask them for 50% and the state says you can only get 10%, depending on whatever state you're working, then that contract is null and void. Okay. They can basically screw you out of cash or sue you for that money because you basically tried to deceive them. So you got to make sure that you're just working the process correctly. That's all I want to put out there to you guys is you want to make sure that you have processes. Any businesses, you want to make sure that you have processes in place to work it. Okay, because it does involve skip tracing. It does involve reach outs to your customer. It involves going through the script, making the deal. And then you have to go ahead and make sure the paperwork is done right, sent to the county or state, and everything is processed. After that, you sit back and you wait for them to go ahead and give you the green light saying, okay, we're paying you out. And you just keep repeating the process. That's all it is. Once you start building a team, then you can scale. Then you can start making even more money. Next thing you know, you're just the CEO of your business and you get a team of people doing this for you and you're just getting a report. That's pretty much where I'm at right now. I got 3 people who run my business and they give me reports every single week. Every once in a while, I'll hop on the phones myself. Every once in a while, I'll process some paperwork just so I can stay sharp. I don't want to get rusty and not know how to do my own business, but that's how I keep myself involved. And I get to do other things. It's amazing, guys. So here's my call to action. And here's my challenge to you guys. If this video, if it interests you and you thought that you got some good information and you want to go ahead and get to the next stage, the next level, my recommendation to you would be to go and watch my free masterclass. I dive a little bit deeper. I dive deeper into the script. I dive deeper into like how to get paid and all that stuff like that. You can go watch my free masterclass. If you guys want to skip the masterclass and you want to jump right into like getting into my course, my academy, you can do that as well. I kept it very inexpensive for people who want to start a business. Okay. Again, remember, you are launching a business. So with that said, I always recommend getting some type of coaching or get some type of course so you know what you're doing. So you're not running around doing the wrong thing, making a ton of mistakes. I made a bunch of mistakes, and that's why collectively I spent over 10K trying to learn this business. But now that I got it down, I'm like, well, let me teach others. Let me go out there and put the love out there. So if you can't afford anything, go do the free masterclass. If you got a little money to invest into a course, go buy my digital course. You get to go in my free private coaching group for free for the rest of your life and ask questions to me for free. And the community people, there's people that's been doing this business longer than I have that's in my private group. Any of us can chime in and help you out with your business. It's having a bunch of other business owners who are in the same industry as you, being able to support you so you're not running around aimlessly. So that's my call to action. Do the free course or join an academy, whichever one you want to do. But ultimately, do it yourself. I just showed you how to find the money. I pulled the curtain back. You see what I do right there. I make my phone calls or I make contact. However, I do whatever I see is fit for these individuals. I make contact with them and I close the deal. That's all it is. And again, how easy is it to close a deal and not ask anyone for a dime? You're not asking for credit cards. You're not asking them to send you a check. You're not asking for anything. Like, look, let me just work it. If I don't work it, I'm not going to ask you for a dime. I don't want to ask you for anything. I'm only want to ask you for a service fee if I successfully get you paid first. Can I get you paid before I ask for anything? That's all I'm asking. And it's a no-brainer for people because they don't have to pull out any credit cards and feel scammed. They don't have to pull out any checks and send it to someone who they don't know. I build relationships. So I'm in the business of people. I like knowing people. I like knowing the clients who I work with. I want them to know that I'm a real human. We do video chats. I get to know who they are, because I'm helping them. I'm helping their family. I can't tell you how many people were crying on the phone with me because the money that they were getting sent changed their life. Whose life on this right now would change if someone called you and was able to help you get $377,000? It's excess proceed. That means the proceeds that's in excess because this money was over the amount that the county actually wanted. With $377,000, would you give me $37,000? If I was to get you the $377,000, would you give me $37,000 of that? Saying, hey Joe, thanks for finding it. Thanks for processing it. Thanks for getting everything done. All I had to do is sit back and claim a check. That's it. Someone just asked right here. Someone said, what's the next step you want to start? Let's see. right here. So does the owner collect the rest? Yes, the owner collects the rest. So when you're processing these claims, they get their paycheck. Now remember, guys, let me just put a disclaimer. I'm talking about California because that's the state that I work mostly, the majority of the time, and I live in California, so I'm biased, right? But it's different states for different strokes, But for yes, the owner will get the rest of the money. You'll get the 10%. Someone says, who do you collect the 10% from? So either the state will pay you, or if you're in a particular state that pays it all to the owner, then it will go to the owner. And depending on the wording, the verbiage in your contract, they have a certain amount of days to send you your check. And remember, this is legally binding. This is money that they have to pay you, once they get paid. So you're in the loop the entire time. So once the checks are sent out, you will know when the check is mailed out. So you will know when you're going to get paid. And then you make sure that the client has X amount of days. I give them 10 business days. You got 10 calendar days. I'm sorry. You got 10 calendar days to give me my money. I'll take Zelle, Cash App, whatever you're going to do. Send me my money is all I'm asking you. So they send you your money and you're paid. You're good. You're happy. You keep it moving. You just got to be a little bit organized. That's all. Be organized and be able to keep track of who you're working. I have a whole business suite that I built out for myself, because I've been trial and error trying to figure things out. Another person asked, what keeps the owner from collecting on their own? Nothing. Nothing keeps the owner. But let me tell you something. When you're stressed out, you're dealing with anxiety or depression. You just lost your home. Like for me, when I lost my home, I went through a divorce. I lost my home. My car was repossessed. My bank account was negative. My whole world was wrecked. I didn't want to do anything. I just went to work and I went home. I was depressed. So if someone called me and said they'll do it for me and said they'll do it to me, no charge out of pocket. It's just 10% to work the process. Don't worry about attorneys. Don't worry about anything. I got you. I would gladly say yes, because right now I'm down on my luck. Everything sucks. I'm not going to do this. If I'm 70 years old, if I'm 80 years old, I'm an older person. My house is foreclosed on. I don't have the time or the energy to figure this out. I'm not going to go do this stuff. I don't even know where to start. So yeah, sure. Help me out if you can, but if there's someone that says, you know what? Thanks for the call, Joe. I wasn't aware, but I'm going to do it myself. See ya. Click. I'm cool with that, because there's $50 billion out there that's unclaimed. I'll go find somebody else. And I say 50 billion. I'm being very conservative when I say 50 billion. It's probably like a little bit higher than that, but $50 billion. That money is out there. So yeah, there's definitely people who will do that. And then the holistic guy said numero uno. Yeah, absolutely. This is probably one of the best businesses. And here's another thing. I'll tell you guys this. I'll close out with this, guys. You don't have to spend money on marketing. Okay. Or very little if you decide you want to do it. I do marketing for my businesses. I got 3 businesses that I own and operate. And I spend very little money marketing. The only marketing that I would say I do is sending out letters. And I don't do a lot of letters, but sometimes I'll send a letter out depending on how big the case is. And if I'm like trying to chase nearly $400,000, if I'm trying to chase that down, I guarantee you I will probably spend 50 cents on a stamp to get someone's attention. You know what I mean? So that's what I would consider marketing for this business. But you don't need to pay for Facebook ads, Instagram ads, YouTube, and pray that something happens your way. No, none of that. You don't have to spend anything on marketing. You just go out there and you just do your thing. All right, let's see. This person says, does your program show us how to find out what state's percentage is? I do have a spreadsheet that breaks down the states, and it has the links to where you'll find out where the percentage is for each state. And the reason why I say that all the links are listed there for you is because it changes. California recently just changed their forms, and they just changed their process for a few steps for state funds. So with that said, I would have to check every day, to see what state is like up to speed. So what we did was we just had the links that'll take you straight to that state. So you don't have to go searching all over the place, and you can find out what you can and can't do. So that's another option for you guys. I'm going to give you guys one more nugget, because I think that was a great question, actually. Let me ask this question. I'm going to give you guys one more nugget before I leave. Does this work for commercial properties? Yeah, it works for commercial property. If you owned a property, if you own commercial property and it was sold in an auction, which happens, right? Yeah, absolutely. It absolutely can. So here's another nugget I want to give you guys. I want to give you guys as much value as possible. So let me see right here. I'm going to stop that. I'm going to present my screen for you guys. So we're going to go back to the share screen real quick. You guys can write this down. You can type it in, or if you get my course, it's in the course. This right here is really helpful. It's called unclaimed.org. This is the National Association of Unclaimed Property Administrators. Okay. So 1 out of 7 people in the United States has unclaimed property. So that means I can walk into a room with you and 6 other people. One of y'all most likely has money that's owed to you by the state. Maybe it's not a tax foreclosure. Maybe it's money that was left to you by a family member. Maybe it was stocks. Maybe it was insurance. Maybe you overpaid something somewhere. There's money out there for you. Okay. I just talked about tax overages. I didn't even get into state funds. That's my favorite, actually. State funds is where I live, but I still do tax overages because obviously you guys see I can close one deal with tax overages and my month is good. I had a pretty good month. You know, if I tell my wife, hey, I made 20 grand this month, my wife is like, okay, great. In this business, because I've been doing this for a little over a year, if I make less than 20K in a month, that's a bad month. That means that I was busy doing other stuff, so that's what I'm saying. Like, it has so much opportunity. Is it easy? I'm not going to lie to you. It's going to take work. This is a business, you guys. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. Everyone would be making a lot of money. Most people who come into this industry, they're terrible because they come in thinking if they call 1,000 people in a day, everyone's going to say yes. That's not how this works. Okay. It's really not, so that's why I made a course. I made a course that teach people this is the appropriate way to do it. I've hired 3 different coaches. And let me tell you something, there's some ones that are not that good, so I just want to make sure that people have the right understanding of how this business has worked. Like any other business, it takes effort. Once you get a process down and once you understand how to get people to pick up their phones and say yes to you, then that's when you start making the bankroll, and that's when the checks start coming in. But look right here, they only return 3 billion. They only return 3 billion out of the 50 plus. Only 3 billion get returned annually. And a lot of this 3 billion is people like myself who are going there helping people get their money. Okay. So there's a lot of money out there. There's just not enough people working this business. That's the thing right there. Someone asked if I can put the link in the chat. I will do that for you. Okay. So I will send a link for you guys. Sorry, I'm over here. And I put it in the description. So I want to say, I believe I put it in the up there, down there, wherever like the description is. I put it in there for you guys. So you guys can definitely go check out the course. Click the link there. Okay. It's in the description right there. You guys can contact me directly if you want, but the link is there. The link is already there. It'll take you right to my free master course if you guys want it. If you guys want to just go straight to the academy and get the course, you can. All right. But I just came on here today because I figured like this would be really good for you guys to learn. But this nugget that I told you guys, here's the map of the United States. It'll take you right to that state. You can learn everything you want to out of any one of these states of how much you can claim, what you're allowed to do, any one of these states, like, what's the rules of engagement, like that you can do. Right now, I'm actually studying and I'm learning Hawaii because that's the next one I'm going to be working. I'm going to work Hawaii. Number 1, I want to buy real estate out there. Number 2, there's a lot of money. And I know a lot of people are not working Hawaii right now. So that's my next one. I'm zoning in on Hawaii. I live in California. I can work any state that I feel like it. I can. I don't have to leave. I don't have to go in anyone's office. I don't have to show up in front of a judge. None of that. It doesn't require that. But people think that. And that's the thing. That's where I tell people all the time, like, hey, look, understand this. You do not have to jump through all those hoops. So here's the deal, you guys. I'm going to keep making videos for my YouTube channel and of course, like the Facebook groups that I'm in. I try to come on there throughout the week and just check in with everybody and inspire you all to do more, be more. But I want to come on today for Friday to deliver you guys value. My ask from you is please, 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 engage in my videos, like it, share it, invite people to the Facebook groups where you guys can learn a lot more. You guys can literally learn from the daily things that I teach. You can learn how to do this business and become profitable. In the course that I have, I also teach people how to get business grants. I teach people how to get business funding, so while you're trying to get deals closed, you're learning also how to get funded so you can get some money. So you're not working with $0. Like, cause who wants to work with no money? Like, businesses need to be fed. You as a business owner need to pay yourself first. That's always ideal. So again, I just hopefully I I did the job as far as giving you guys value. Now I want you guys to go ahead and make a decision. That's step number 2. Make a decision. Decide that, yes, I want to work for myself. Yes, I want to have the ability to do this part-time, full-time, whatever you want to do. You have to make a decision. If you sit there and think about it, you're going to always think about it. This is not like selling stuff on Amazon or selling ebooks or doing whatever kind of weird stuff, MLMs. This is none of that. You are working directly with the government. They're giving you free leads. They're telling you this is the money that's out there. Come get it. Okay. This will always be a thing. This will always be going on. People will always be owed money by the government. So let's get a legitimate career. Let's start a legitimate business. Let's stop working for Amazon, giving them our cut. Let's stop working for MLMs that never really pan out for most of us, because I don't want to go around selling supplements that I don't really know nothing about. I want to have a legitimate business. I want to change people's lives. I want to help people out. That's what I want to do. So, so these are the different things I want to do. And last person said, who are your virtual assistants? So I hired through a company called Verpro. You guys, again, you can reach out to me and I can get you in contact with the owner of the company and you guys can hash it out. I do not own the business. I don't own VAs. I work with them. I don't mind sharing information. I really don't. Verpro is the name of their business, but they're really good. They're really good. They run all my businesses. In total, I have 8 virtual assistants, 1 project manager, 7 employees, and they work all through my businesses. They're amazing. But 3 are dedicated to tax overages and unclaimed funds, 3 of them. So yeah, absolutely. You guys can send me a message anytime you guys want. I'll give you information, let you dial it in. This is your business. You can rock it out the way you want to. I would love to coach some of you guys. If you want to join the group, you can come in there. The program itself is $500. That's it. One-time fee, $500. Then you're in a group. You're in a group. You come in, you learn, and you get all the documents and all the trainings that you need in there. You can ask questions whenever you want within the group itself. All right. So I'm always a transparent guy. I try to stay fully transparent, try to be honest with everyone that I come encounter with. I am a coach by trade. So yes, I do push my people. Yes, I do check in to see like, what the heck have you been doing since you joined my group, but you want to have a level of accountability. If you make a decision, a big decision to do this for you and your family, you got to be accountable and you got to be committed. That's all I'll say right there. So anyways, I will go ahead. I will cut out for today. Thank you guys for joining me. I got a phone call I got to make. I got clients I got to call and everything like that, because again, like I said, majority of my time is spent doing unclaimed funds. And hopefully for you, that's going to be the case for you. Hopefully you all start working unclaimed funds and make this a career move. This will get you out of 9 to 5. It got me out of my 9 to 5. It got me out of working a business that I just wasn't in love with anymore. And I love doing this. I make Monday. Matter of fact, my Friday, I end at 1 o'clock every day on Friday, because this is my day. This is my day. I get to chill. I get to hang out, get my kids early from school, and we enjoy ourselves. There's no more stressful long days, coming home late, stressed out. My day's over at 3 o'clock every day. And I'm saying this to inspire you, not to brag, but to inspire. I want you to realize you can own your life. In the beginning, I worked hard. I put in the work. I did what I had to do, and I made a sacrifice so I can be where I'm at right now. Okay. So just remember that. Make the sacrifice. If you really want it, it will come. It will be it. And someone said, is the entire program $500? Yeah, that's it. The entire program, $500. Well, $497. So a little bit under $500. That's it. You don't pay anything else. Well, at least not to me. You just get the training, you get my documents, and you get to be in my private group where you get to ask questions and engage with me and my community. Will help you actually become profitable. But I work big deals. I make good money. I enjoy doing what I'm doing. And I don't believe that anyone needs to go broke trying to start a business, but you need to be able to start somewhere by making a decision. That's where you should start with right there. So anyways, guys, reach out to me. I'm an open door. I will see you guys hopefully very, very soon. Next couple of days, I'll come on live and share some more, ins and outs and teach you guys some cool stuff. All right. Thank you guys for your time. I'll see you.